This is Cashing Out on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Cashing Out continues with me, Joe Ceraulo. It's a new hour of the program here coming at you. The Clippers and Nuggets headed to the fourth quarter in Denver. Game 2. The Nuggets with a nice little 5-0 run. I mean, I don't know, 5 points, it's back-to-back possessions. I don't know if that constitutes a run, but a nice way to end the third quarter. Nonetheless, down 78-71 to make it 78-76. They are now even money on the money line, down 2 here. The Clippers minus 30 cents on the money line. We've got LA minus 1 in pocket. They lead by 2 over the Nuggets. Currently laying 1.5 minus 20 cents. Nuggets plus 1.5 is juiced 10 cents. That live total, 207.5, which pre-flop was 217 flat right here at Circa. Pretty much anywhere between 217 and 218.5. Oh, wow, yeah, straight 218.5 at close. Open 219.5, and some under money brought that total down 1 to 2 points, depending on the shop. Kawhi Leonard having a massive night. He's got a game-high 27. James Harden heating up. When this show started, he was 1 of 5 from the floor. 7 of 16 now. So what is that, 6 of 9 since? He was 0 for 3 from deep. 4 of 7 from deep since. He's got 18.7 assists. That's 25 points plus assists. We need 33 to get home. Give me 2 threes and 2 dimes, and we get home in this fourth quarter here. But it's the Nuggets instead who open up with a 3. They lead it now, 79-78. Joker, probably on his way to another triple-double. He's got 18, 9 boards, 7 assists. Jamal Murray's got 18. Aaron Gordon, 14. For the Nuggets. This is going to be a fun finish in Denver. Let's see if we get some live props, shall we? Because Kawhi's got 27. His live number, what is it, 36? Yeah, wow. Live 36 plus minus 15 cents. What's Harden's live number? 25 plus is plus 20 cents. Yeah, give me 25, please. That would, 25 points would get us within 1. That would be a loser on the hook right now on the points assists combo if he didn't have any more assists. If he got to 25 and had a dime, we're in the clear. It's going to be a tight finish. Zubac's headed to the line. I don't think he's scored yet in the second half. 10 points, 10 boards. He had 10 and 8 at the break. This is going to be some finish here. Coming up next, in about 12 short minutes, going to have Justin Fensterman on the program to break down the NBA playoffs with us. Can't wait to hear what our buddy Fensty has to say. Catch him, of course, fantasyguru.com, SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. This game is going to be a hell of a finish. 11.5 minutes to go. And Zubats with the second free throw gives the Clippers a 1-point lead back. Still some action on the diamond. We were talking about that not too long ago. Giants up 4-2, bottom of the 8th. Yoho making his major league debut for the Milwaukee Brewers. What a name that is. Craig Yoho, 25-year-old righty, getting tasked with the 8th inning up in San Francisco. Padres lost for the 3rd time in their last 4 at Detroit. How about the Tigers, Talking about the Mets and their great start, 10-1, first 11 home games. Detroit, 9-2. Kiter Montero got the call up last week. He was really a massive part of Detroit's run last year. Montero closing one day, starting another, doing it all for Detroit. Got the start and didn't last too long, as I believe all 10 runs were scored in the first 5 innings in Detroit's 6-4 win. But they knock Randy Vasquez out early, and the Tigers get there. 14-9, tied with the Yankees after the Yanks loss in Cleveland. 14-9, those two teams' best record in the American League right now. Clippers had a nice steal to make it 82-79. Nuggets answer right back. Looks like my guy Harden's on the bench right now, and the Clippers, I believe Kawhi will be headed to the free throw line. Hunter Brown tossed an absolute gem. Let's see what the live, if we've got some live Cy Young odds working, because Hunter Brown left it all out there for the Astros. 7-0 win. They win 3 out of their last 4 now as they get to 500 against the Jays. Just 2 hits for Toronto. Hunter Brown goes 7 innings, 1 walk, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 1.15. I mean, this was a kid coming in 30-1, 40-1 preseason. And my goodness, well, he's got to be inside 10-1 right now. Picking up right where he left off a season ago. Remember last year, he got off to that dreadful start. Going into Memorial Day, his ERA was north of 7. Finished was one of the best pitchers in baseball from Memorial Day on. Now, Hunter Brown, American League Cy Young, he's your 6th shot. I said inside 10-1, just outside of it. He's 11-1. By the way, the jump from Brown to the 7th shot on the board, it's like a $20 jump. You got Hunter Brown at 11-1, and then Shane Baz, 30-1. So right now, it's a 6-guy race. You got Crochet, plus $1.70. You got Scooble, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, as Kawhi hits a 3. Clippers by 6 now. Inside 10 to go. Timeout Nuggets. Crochet, plus $1.70. Scooble, 4-1. Freed, plus 750. Gilbert, terrific over in Seattle, 9-1. Reagan's, Kansas City, 10-1. And then Hunter Brown, 11-1. I think he's still bettable at 11-1. I mean, Crochet is going to be tough. He's the favorite with good reason. If he can stay healthy, he's the favorite with good reason. That's the question mark with Crochet. Freed's been phenomenal. Gilbert's always that guy. Reagan's I love. I mean, these 6 guys, the one guy I'd steer clear from, well, there are 2 bets I'd steer clear from. I wouldn't bet Crochet. Well, maybe he goes wire to wire on this thing. Scooble became the favorite pretty early in 2024, never really looked back. I tried to get in with some outside. I took a little Logan Gilbert. I took a little Garrett Crochet. Couldn't get there. So maybe Crochet kind of does what Scooble did a year ago and goes almost wire to wire on this thing. Scooble, to me, at 4-1 is the one guy you don't bet. I don't think he's going to repeat. But Freed, Gilbert, Reagans, and Brown at between $7.50 and 11-1, I think those are all bettable. Make a case for all of them. Reagans is a K machine. Gilbert's going deep into games, K'ing guys left and right. Freed is just not allowing runs, and Hunter Brown isn't either. Now, you can make a case for those 4 guys. Crochet, again, price a little too short, worried about health. Scooble, I just don't think he's going to repeat. If Scooble had his numbers and wasn't the reigning Cy Young Award winner, he would not be the 2nd shot on the board, plain and simple. He'd be down there with a Bryce Miller at 50-1 with his numbers. DeGrom, 40-1. He's, the 9th shot? I wouldn't touch that. Chris Bassett, I mean, it's early. ERA is sub-1. It's sub-0.8, leading the MLB in ERA. He is 70-1. He's also damn near 40 years old. I don't think it's sustainable. National League Cy Young, Skeens, plus 260. Yamamoto, now your 2nd shot at 4-1. Hunter Green, 5-1, would probably be even shorter, but he got shelled on Easter. Wheeler, my preseason pick, 9-1. And then Schwellenbach, he's come down a lot, 13-1. Pitched another great game for the Braves on Monday night. How about Kodai Senga working his way in there at 25-1? He's currently the 9th shot on the board. Look at that. We got a goal in Dallas, 3-3. Inside 10 minutes to go. Stars tie it up. Okay, the live odds there momentarily. This is really fascinating to me. In the National League, by the way, we talked about Max Meyer earlier in the program, the kid in Miami, 5 starts. He's gone 7+ Ks 4 times, 14 strikeouts against the Reds Monday night, 6 innings of work, scoreless. He is now 50-1, and your 13th shot on the board, tied with Dylan Cease, Freddie Peralta. 3 of the 10 shortest shots in the NL, Japanese-born pitchers. Yamamoto, your 2nd shot, 4-1. Kodai, 9th, 25-1, and Imanaga, 10th at 35-1. Interesting. No Sasaki. Where is Roki Sasaki? Do we have him on here? He is at 100-1. He's way down your board. Understandably so as a rookie. Now, Rookie of the Year award, Sasaki, your favorite, plus $1.80. Followed by Dylan Cruz, plus $3.30. So the Stars tie it up on the ice. And they're plus $1.10. You could have gotten Dallas as long as 3-1, probably a little longer. That was, I believe, at the second intermission, you could have gotten 3-1. So as the clock was ticking here in the third, Dallas probably upwards of, I'd guess, plus 350, 4-1, trailing the Avalanche. Now they're just plus $1.10, Avs minus 140 with 8 minutes to go. Look at the shots on goal in this one, huh? 27 apiece. Edmonton and the Kings, they're at the second intermission. Third period starts in a minute in LA. Last I saw, in the final minutes of the second, the Kings were out shooting Edmonton 16-8. It's been a shot fest in Dallas. 54 combined shots compared to, I'm going to go out on a limb and say under 30 in LA. Last I saw it was 24. Nuggets pulled within one, 87-86, Clippers lead. They were just up 6, now up 1. Jokic, 23 points, 10 boards, 8 assists for the Nuggets. Folks, don't forget to take your betting to the next level with our friends over at FirstBet. Whether it's Santa Anita, Gulfstream Park, or the road to the upcoming Kentucky Derby May 3rd, FirstBet puts the action right at your fingertips. Sign up now, firstbet.com. It's the number one, stbet.com. Promo code VEASAN200. Score a 20% rebate. All wagers first 60 days up to $200. Don't miss out. Bet smarter today at firstbet.com. Nuggets got it back. Jamal Murray with it, trying to take the lead before we go to commercial here. Remember, Justin Fensterman on the other side, our buddy. You can catch him on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, also fantasyguru.com. Can't wait to break down the NBA playoffs with Fensty. Jokic, offensive board, puts the shot up. No good. Clippers ball up 1. And that'll take us to the break. More Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo up next.
Out here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Cashing Out continues with me, Joe Ceraulo, taking you through the late hours of your Monday night into your Tuesday morning here on the program. And the NBA playoffs are in full swing. Who better to break it down with than our friend, NBA analyst over at fantasyguru.com. You can also catch him on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. Justin Fensterman joining us now over on the Progressive Guest Line. Fensty, how are you, my friend? It's great to have you back on.
Joe, it's great being with you. Fun time, man. Playoffs and all these sports. What's better than postseason action?
Absolutely nothing. Let's start at the Mecca, my man. Let's start with the Knicks. Game 2, disappointing loss against Detroit. And you look at this series as a whole through the first 2 games. It's knotted up at 1 win apiece. You can argue that the Pistons have outplayed the Knicks 7 out of 8 quarters. It's not looking great. Maybe you can go 6 out of 8, but it's not looking great for the Knicks right now. And defensively, I thought they did everything they needed to do game 2, holding Detroit to 100 points. Detroit shot terribly from beyond the arc. But offensively, no one showed up that wasn't named Jalen Brunson. What's your feel on this Knicks team in this series moving forward?
I mean, look, ultimately at the end of the day, Joe, yes, it's been disappointing. They've looked sluggish. It's weird to think that after them turning up the pace in the fourth quarter with helping with that 21-0 run in game 1, you would think that they would start with that intensity, but they keep, to me, playing at Detroit's speed. They're feeling them out too much. They need to utilize their speed and force the attack at the rim. Now, Detroit's defense is good. That's why they're where they're at. That's why they avoided the play-in tournament. But the Knicks got to hit threes, and they're not getting the open threes. So instead of just trying to hit threes and set everybody up at the arc and even Bridges off of multiple screens, why don't you just force the attack? Jalen Duren is going to draw, or rather, he's going to commit a ton of contact anyway. We saw Sar Thompson do the same thing. Force the drive from the get-go, and if the Knicks do that game 3, which I'm anticipating, it'll get them off to a better start because they've just gotten off to horribly slow starts, and even tonight they looked a lot like you said, Joe, the first 3 quarters of last game.
Does it surprise you that game 3, Thursday, April 24th, has come out as a pick'em? And which side are you on? I know it's early, but looking ahead to it, which side would you be inclined to take if you had to make a bet right now?
I'm honestly not surprised because Detroit's defense has been able to hold down the Knicks, and the Knicks haven't really shown much life. So in a slow-paced environment, I'm not surprised that it's a pick 'em at this point. And Detroit's defense is very, very good. They've been good all year, and they're showing it right now that they can keep the Knicks from driving. But I'm thinking if I'm going to side with one of the two teams here, I'm thinking, like I said before, the Knicks are going to come out and they're going to try to attack the rim, and they're going to force the attack relentlessly, because what that's going to do is that's going to draw Detroit back to the interior where they're very comfortable, which is great. But then the better shots from beyond the arc will start to happen if the Knicks are able to successfully attack Detroit. But they have to commit to that a little bit, Joe. They haven't done that too much, and they got to change it up. Throw a left when they're expecting a right, because nothing they've done has worked out.
Yeah, nothing that Karl Anthony Towns did in Game 2 worked out. He had a terrible game. He might be a guy worth targeting Game 3, because I can't see him playing that poorly back-to-back contests. Let's get to some of Tuesday's action, my man. Starting with the Bucks and the Pacers. Obviously, we don't have any inside information right now. What's your gut telling you about this Dame Lillard situation, and what kind of impact does that have on your pick here?
I'm starting to think that he's going to play, and I don't think there's going to be any minutes limitation. I know we have to be careful with blood clots, but if they didn't feel they had it under full 100% control, because this all goes beyond basketball. This is Damian Lillard's life. It's Victor Wembanyama's life. It was Chris Bosh's life. That comes first before the game of basketball. So I don't think there's going to be any kind of limitation. I think Damian Lillard is going to come back. Or if he doesn't come back when that first game is that he's back, he's still going to be playing 30 minutes. And this is going to be a very fast-paced game. And I'll tell you this much, too. When it comes down to the bad defense that Milwaukee plays in the backcourt, Damian Lillard being there does them no favors defensively. So that's where I start to look at Tyrese Halliburton a little bit more, and him getting involved a little bit more on the assist front, maybe even on the rebounding front. We could sneak in on a backdoor low rebound prop on him, because for the last 2 years, the Bucks guards have given up a lot on the glass to backcourts.
They absolutely have. And speaking of bad defenses, the Memphis Grizzlies catching 14.5 at Oklahoma City, fresh off a 51-point loss. Desmond Bane, who I love, sets the playoff record for worst plus-minus differential, minus 51 himself, as the team lost by 51. I mean, is this number, would it be an overreaction to lay it with Oklahoma City? What are you inclined to do here, both with the side and then, of course, the prop market in this game?
So going into game one, because of the very healthy game environment, because both these teams play fast as hell, still taking the double-digit spread into account from last game, I decided to alt the hell down a lot of these players' rebound props and parlay them together. And that didn't work because I didn't anticipate these guys playing 21 minutes, some of them, and 27 minutes for Morant and Desmond Bane after that huge blowout. Here's the problem. There are too many open shots. That's what Memphis gave up. And you saw Hartenstein be able to get to every single spot, and he would get the same open hook every time. I think I saw, if not 3 straight 4 and 5 plays where they did the exact same thing, and Memphis did nothing to adjust to it. And I think part of it is lack of experience. I think part of it is that Zach Edey can't cover 2 huge guys, one of them that's shooting from mid and long range, and the other one that's trying to attack the basket and call for the ball in the low post. And I just think that Memphis is completely outmatched, because the reason why Oklahoma City is as dangerous as they are, a 68-win team, they have a tremendous amount of endless depth, and that's going to beat Memphis. And I thought maybe Memphis would be able to keep it within 20 for 3.5 quarters. But this was barely even a game, and it's hard to think that they have enough to adjust.
Yeah, this one was over before it started. Now, look, Oklahoma City, I mean, anytime you can win a playoff game, and I don't care if it's against an 8 seed in the first round, anytime you can win a playoff game and have the guy who's going to be the league MVP play just 23 minutes, you are a well-oiled machine. You've got some thoughts, though, on a potential threat to them in the Western Conference. Who is it? Who are you looking at?
The one team at this point that I think is a threat to Oklahoma City is Golden State. And I don't even know if they could do it. I just think that they could push the Thunder as far as they can go, maybe even go the distance with them all 7 games. And that's because we've seen what Jimmy Butler, when he's all in, what he brings to a team. We saw it when he first joined Miami, transforming them and bringing them to the next level. He joins Golden State, and they look like a completely different team. They don't have the size that I feel you need to be able to compare to Oklahoma City, but they've still been able to be dominant with their size. Jimmy Butler being there has allowed Draymond Green to take on less coverage of the court and focus more on his matchups, and that's helped close down the lane. And having Jimmy Butler there and all of that experience convinces me that maybe the Golden State Warriors have enough experience and they don't even need any more shooting depth that they have to be able to take on Oklahoma City and give them a series. Because to me, even the Lakers, it's hard for me to really buy into any other team beating Oklahoma City with all that depth they possess.
Let's touch on those Lakers. You bring them up. They got embarrassed. 22-point loss, game one on their home court. Now they're laying 5.5, slightly longer favorites in game two than they were game one. I'm imagining that there's a revenge factor being baked into that number. Do you think they cover that number? What are your thoughts game two, Wolves-Lakers?
Yeah, I think that we'll see a little bit of a more aggressive Lakers team. Now, I'm starting to wonder if the Timberwolves are going to win once again, but I'm seeing a lot of people put some money, of course, on the Lakers being able to win the West or being able to at least go a couple of rounds. Can they go a couple of rounds? Maybe they can, but the problem with the Lakers is I don't think they have that depth. It's great when you have Luka Doncic and LeBron James. That's excellent. But let's not forget, Joe, this team was also supposed to have Mark Williams as part of that overall strategy, as someone to be able to help these guys out and clean up the glass. They don't have that guy right now. And think about it. Going into a series, I was just talking about what Isaiah Hartenstein did to Zach Edey, a big guy creating his own space. The Lakers don't have anyone that can physically cover these guys. It's going to be way too much for LeBron James. So that's why, for me, when I'm seeing people be like, oh, maybe the Lakers can go to the NBA Finals, LeBron, Luka, that's great, LeBron, Luka, but this isn't NBA Jam. You need more than just 2 or 3 guys to be committed, to be consistent, and be game changers in order to beat the team like the Thunder with all that depth. And I don't think the Lakers have it.
Justin, I love it. As always, my man, fantastic stuff. Really appreciate the time. Thanks so much for hopping on.
Joe, it's been great being on with you again, man. Thank you.
Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Fantasy Sports. Check him out, NBA Analyst over at fantasyguru.com, and as well on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, our friend Justin Fensterman. I'll tell you what, brought up a great point about the Warriors potentially posing more of a threat to Oklahoma City than the Lakers. But, and this is where matchups matter and things could get interesting, I'm curious to see how the Warriors, should they get past Houston, a lot of series left, how they would match up if the Lakers get past Minnesota with LA. Because the Warriors do lack some size. And while the Lakers lack size as well, and I know, he brought up that great point about Mark Williams, I'd be curious if Draymond and Jimmy are able to stop LeBron and Luka. Because Golden State might be a better matchup for OKC, but they might not be able to get past the Lakers. This Western Conference is going to be a blast. More Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo up next.
Welcome back to Cashing Out here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Do you ever wonder what people who don't like sports do with their free time? I cannot imagine on a night like tonight not loving sports. I mean, I'm not even a hockey guy, and I am so enthralled with these games. Kings 5, Oilers 3, 11.5 to go. We've got a Kings ticket. That's right, I bet hockey. That means either I'm all in on these Stanley Cup playoffs or I need to call the number. Overtime, starting in Dallas, 12.5 minutes away from OT. Tied at 3. Avalanche have a power play, 35 seconds left as Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo continues. This is just an incredible night in sports. And then, oh, by the way, you've got the Clippers and the Nuggets. 103-102. Clippers lead it by a point. 63 seconds left. What is this, Jokic on the ground? What was the call there? Did he get hit where the sun don't shine? Was it a Clippers something? Jokic, by the way, triple-double. Death, taxes, Jokic, triple-double. Even when his numbers at halftime look very pedestrian. I've noticed Jokic lately, he has been starting slow. And at halftime, you're like, he's got, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I don't know if he's going to get there. And he gets there. 26 points, 10 dimes, 11 boards. Porter Jr.'s 15 boards to lead the way. Denver's plus 16 on the glass. I thought watching this game I've been seeing a lot of offensive rebounds. Yeah, they're plus 7 on the offensive glass, plus 16 on the glass. And the Clippers somehow magically are still up 1. As a Clippers -1 ticket holder, that is infuriating, seeing them get just abused on the boards and from beyond the arc. Denver, 14 of 30 from deep, 47%. Clippers, 13 of 34, 38%. They lead it by, make it 2. Here we go. By the way, that James Harden ticket, barring overtime, is absolutely toast Malone. 18.7 dimes going into the fourth with a minute to go. 18.7 dimes in the fourth. I needed 2 threes and 2 assists, right? If only it was that simple. James Harden, MIA, side of a milk carton in the fourth quarter. But Kawhi Leonard's showing up. It's Kawhi too, mid-range J, making it a 3-point lead. Let's hope the Clippers can hold it. This is an intense game. Kawhi's got 39. He's 15 of 19 from the floor. This is playoff Kawhi. He had a good game, mediocre, by his standards, not a great game, but he was fine game 1. And now a steal off the errant pass from Jokic. Did he draw the foul? No, clock's ticking. Harden's got it. I'd root for Harden to do something with it, but if he makes a shot, Clippers probably going to win it in regulation. So honestly, full disclosure, I placed a bigger bet on the Clippers -1. I usually bet sides bigger than props anyway. So that's what I'm more concerned with. And Harden misses a freaking layup. Come on. He was so out of control. Doesn't get back on. Wow, someone from Denver. Was that Braun? Just bricked a 3 off the glass. Now Jokic off balance 3. Nothing but glass on that. Game. Clippers by 3. Wow. I didn't realize on Jokic's off balance 3 that was that the clock was expiring. What a finish. Holy cow. 105-102. Clips get home. That was some finish. Kawhi, 39 points on 15 of 19 shooting from the floor. 4 of 7 from 3. Mid-ranger iced it late. Braun, errant 3, wide left. Nothing but glass. Jokic with a second left. Nothing but glass. Almost the same spot as Braun to the left of the rim. Wow. Clippers cashing out with the Clippers. I love it. Zubats finished with 16 points, 12 boards, 5 fouls in 40 minutes. Harden, 18 and 7 dimes. Norm Powell added 13 points. For the Nuggets, 4 out of their 5 starters in double figures. Christian Braun, the only one not. Russ did get there with double figures, though. He had 14 off the bench. Gordon had 14. Porter Jr. had a 15-15 game. And then Joker, 26, 10 dimes, 12 boards. And Jamal Murray, 23 points, 6 assists. Wow. Kawhi Leonard, vintage postseason Kawhi. And the Clippers barely get there. But that was huge, right? Take one on the road. Denver's a tough place to play. Now you go back to the Intuit Dome. In their first year in their new home, the Clippers have been absolutely sensational at that new Intuit Dome. At home, LA, 30-11 straight up. Only 2 teams in the West better. Only 3 teams in the NBA better. Cleveland, 34-7. Best home mark in the East. OKC, 35-6. Best mark in the NBA at home. Lakers, 31-10. Clippers, 30-11. So one of just 4 teams with 30 wins on their home court. Nuggets, surprisingly. They were good at home, 26-15. You would think they'd be better at home. The Grizzlies were also 26-15 at home. You would think the Nuggets would have one of the best home court advantages in the NBA. Clippers take one. Going back to LA, quote Biggie, going, back to Cali. Clippers, what a big win. Now, in LA, the Kings up 5-3, 11 minutes to go. The Oilers are making things a little sweaty there in LA. I don't like it. I'd be lying if I said I did. By the way, let's get you some overtime odds for the Stars and the Avalanche. Dallas, plus 105. Colorado, minus 35 cents. Remember, the Avalanche will open up the third. They will open up overtime with a, I believe, 34-second power play. So they will have the final 30 or so seconds of their power play that ended regulation to start overtime. That's why, well, it's not why they're minus $1.35. It's a 34-second power play. They're minus $1.35 because they're the superior team. Playoff overtime records all time. Colorado, 20-20. Dallas, 16-27. Not pretty. Let's see if we can get some updated lines in this Kings-Oilers game. It's frozen right now. I believe we have a coach's challenge on the ice. That would be why. But 5-3 Kings with 11 minutes to go. LA was up 4-0 in this one. Now 5-3. Not great. I mean, 11 minutes to go. I want to feel good about it, but I don't know. We've seen crazier. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I don't like the direction that this game is going in. Got some MLB series starting on Tuesday. We'll continue on this as the hour progresses, but might as well dive in now to start here. Boston Red Sox, fresh off taking 3 out of 4 from the White Sox, a Patriots Day win, just their second in their last 6 Patriots Day games. They are playing host now to the Seattle Mariners starting Tuesday. Nice little 3-game set. And Brian Bayo making his season debut, the right-handed pitcher for the Red Sox. He'll be opposite, who is it? Miller? Yep, Bryce Miller. Comes in 1-2 with a 3.4 ERA. Might be a good plus money spot on the Mariners here. I don't know about the season as a whole, or the series as a whole, rather. Sox are laying 50 cents. Seattle's plus $1.25. Who are the probables later on in the series? Got Sean Newcomb, the lefty, against Emerson Hancock. That game Wednesday signed me up for an over at Fenway. Goodness, I'd like to fade both of those guys. And then on Thursday, signed me up for an under, Garrett Crochet and Brian Wu. I mean, you got to imagine, you got to lean the Sox way anytime Crochet is pitching, and that's probably why they're 50-cent favorites this series. But Newcomb, Hancock, I mean, that's a crapshoot, not in a good way. And Bayo against Miller. I mean, Miller has some gnarly home and away splits. He is much better at T-Mobile. But Bayo, you never know what you're going to get. First start of the year. He's a guy who's been pretty inconsistent throughout his young career. Look at last year. He was 14-8, but he had an ERA of 4.5. Now, he finished the year really well. In August and September, that ERA was down near about 3.3. So he did finish the year strong. I mean, there was a point, though, where, I mean, this is why records don't really matter that much anymore in baseball. He was 11-5 with an ERA of 5. He was actually 10-5 with an ERA of 5.5. So, you know, he just had the good fortune of getting a lot of run support last season. But Bayo will be opposite Miller. I think this might be an intriguing spot. Shop around, see what kind of plus money you're getting on Seattle on the money line here. Let's see. Boston, you know, even though they got the Patriots Day win, not impressing me all that much. 13-11 on the season. Obviously a team that I've got a lot invested in preseason. Got them to win the AL East. Got them to get the 1 seed in the American League, which, oh, by the way, they're just 2 games back in the loss column, and it's early. Too early to be standings watching. But Seattle in this game, looking like plus $1.20 is the best price you can find. Plus 115 pretty consistently out there as they open up a series at Fenway Park. More MLB look-aheads, series prices, and Tuesday's games. Up next, it's Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo.
Out here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Cashing Out continues with me, Joe Ceraulo, here. Late hours of your Monday night, and free hockey in the Lone Star State. Dallas kills the Colorado power play, the 34 or so seconds that were left of it, to start overtime. We're a minute in and knotted up at 3 in Dallas. Avs minus $1.20 to the money line. Stars minus 10 cents. Practically a pick'em right now in Dallas. 8 minutes to go in LA. Kings up 5-3 over the Oilers. Minus $65 on the money line there. Edmonton 18-1. I don't know. When I used to play the NHL video game growing up, they always said 2-goal lead, most dangerous lead in hockey. Maybe that tells you to take Edmonton at 18-1, right? Puck line here. Kings laying 2.5, minus 30 cents. Baking in the possibility and potential for an empty netter as we near 7 minutes to go. Edmonton plus 2.5 is even. The live total, 9.5. Wow, they're at 8. Thought it would be 8.5, heavily juiced to the over. It's 9.5, heavily juiced to the under. $2.50 to the under. Plus $1.85 to the over. What a finish. Oh, we've got a game winner. Is that good? Is that it? No? Was that a great save? Oh, everyone on Dallas threw their arms up in the air. I think it was just a terrific save by Colorado. I think Dallas thought they had a game winner. False alarm. Premature. What do we got here? That was a hell of a save. Wow. I think the Stars thought it was over. Saw some sticks go up. Instead, 2 minutes in, it'll be a face-off won by Dallas in the offensive zone. We'll see what goes on there. Fooled me. Was just about to dive into that Clippers-Nuggets finish. I mean, that was just 48 minutes of incredible basketball. I don't think either side led by more than 8 the entire game. Nuggets were up early. I was driving into work to do the show. It was 31-23. From that point on, I don't think any side led by more than 8. Just an amazing game. Vintage Kawhi Leonard. Like our own Mike Somich at SamoBomb18 just tweeted out. Can we please get 2 months of healthy Kawhi? I mean, my goodness. Give us healthy playoff Kawhi for a little run here. And everyone's talking about, oh, can the Lakers compete with Oklahoma City? Can the Warriors compete with Oklahoma City? Shoot, maybe the Clippers are the team that can compete with Oklahoma City. Now, they weren't great on the road this year. It's the one thing that scares me about the Clippers. What were they, 20-21? Losing record on the road this year. Clippers and Lakers. Of the playoff teams remaining, and I'm not even talking the top 6, I'm talking all 8 playoff teams, they were the only 2 that had losing records on the road. That's a little concerning, if you ask me. But if we can get healthy Kawhi, game 1 Harden, I mean, my good, give us game 1 Harden and game 2 Kawhi, and this Clippers team may pose a bigger threat to Oklahoma City than either the Lakers or the Golden State Warriors. I mean, Zubac's down low to be your counter to Hartenstein. Norm Powell, right? We talk about how deep Oklahoma City is. You got Powell out there in terms of depth if you're the Clippers. Maybe, just maybe, this is the best equipped team to challenge the Thunder that nobody's talking about. Maybe it's this year's LA Clippers. I'm excited for this one to go back to the Intuit Dome. Let me see if we've got a number up for game 3. I know where I'll be parked Saturday. My favorite spot in LA to watch game 4. Not seeing anything yet. Game 3. Let's check DraftKings. VSiN.com didn't have anything yet. Does DraftKings? Wow, the Clippers laying 5 Thursday night. Got a Knicks Pistons pick'em. And the Clippers, how about $2 favorites on the money line? Holy cow. I didn't expect any game in this series to feature a $2 favorite on the money line. Minus 205 at DraftKings to be exact. That's crazy. That Knicks Pistons game. So the Knicks are minus 1 at DraftKings, minus 5 cents. But the money line is a pick'em, minus 10 cents each way. At Circa, it's just a straight pick'em behind me. So, I mean, any way you slice it, this one is really a pick'em. If you lay the point with the Knicks, you're saving yourself 5 cents a vig. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, that's the direction I'd go, admittedly. as opposed to laying the 10. I would lay the point and lay the 5 cents instead. But this thing practically a pick'em any way you slice it. Speaking of DraftKings and Circa, folks, do you want to know where the money's really going? Unlike other sources, our betting splits here at VSiN come straight from Circa and DraftKings Sportsbooks, giving you insight into where the sharp action's landing. Circa, of course, known for taking big bets from the pros, while DraftKings provides a broader market perspective. That means you're getting the real action, not just public money, but the kinds of wagers that move lines. See the percentage of bets versus the handle on every game across every major sport, helping you make smarter, more informed bets. Get VSiN's summer special right now for just $59 until August 1st at vsin.com/subscribe. Take it back to the diamond for a bit here as 6 minutes have gone by. Dallas Avs still 3-3. Believe it's still the same odds. Colorado laying 20 cents. Stars laying 10 cents. 4 minutes to go in LA. Kings up 5-3. Odds are frozen. So we mentioned earlier in the show, Max Meyer, the young righty for the Miami Marlins, who is off to a sensational start. Now, I believe with the win he got against Cincinnati Monday, he's just 2-2 on the year. His ERA is sub 2. He has been lights out. Well, on Monday, he threw 6 scoreless innings, allowed 5 hits, no walks, struck out 14. 18 outs were recorded, 14 of them via the K. How about this nugget? Per Underdog MLB, Max Meyer is the second pitcher in MLB history with 14 strikeouts and 0 walks in a start of 6 or fewer innings pitched. Like I was emphasizing, 18 outs recorded, 14 via the K. Only other pitcher to do so, June 3rd, 2001, Randy Johnson. How's that? That kind of company. By the way, Meyer is about 6 feet tall on a good day. Maybe 5'11". What was Randy, 6'11"? So no one's going to accuse those two of looking alike. Although similar facial hair working a little bit. But very different pitchers, yet the same feat. 6 innings or fewer, 14 or more Ks, no walks. Absolutely ridiculous start by Meyer for the Marlins. Tuesday, Miami's going to run out Edward Cabrera opposite Nick Martinez. Couple of pitchers with ERAs north of 6. Reds, 30-cent favorites. Miami plus $1.10. Marlins at home, 7-7 on the young season. Not terrible. 10-12 overall on the year. Third place in the NL East. Nats and Braves both 9-13. How about the Braves with the comeback win over St. Louis on Monday night, 7-6. Took it to Phil Maton. Maton's just, he's not good. He just doesn't have good stuff. Mets took it to him over the weekend. Third of an inning pitched, 4 earned. He was actually off to a good start before that Cardinals-Mets series. But Schwellenbach went for the Braves, didn't get home on our over 5.5 Ks. 7 innings, 2 earned. Guy had 3 Ks in 2 innings. Couldn't get 6 in 7. Lost it on the hook. 92 pitches, wasn't going to go out there for the 8th. But the Braves went down 2-0, tied it at 2, went down 3-2, put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the 8th off Maton and JC Romero to go up 7-3. And then Raisel Iglesias almost coughed it up, top 9, gave up 3 in a these closers stink in non-save situations. I mean, I've seen Edwin Diaz come in with a 4-run lead and the Mets lose the game. I don't get what it is. I mean, it's obviously all adrenaline. I don't get the difference between being up 3 and up 4. Is it really that much of a factor? You have to know in your head, I'm going to earn a statistic in this one. I'm going to get a save. The difference is absolutely baffling to me. If I was out there, I always had adrenaline regardless of the situation. How about trying to lower your ERA instead of seeing it go up to 6, Raisel Iglesias? It's amazing the difference that closers have between a 4-run lead and a 3-run lead. Nonetheless, the Braves walked away victorious, 7-6. Bad beat if you had the under. I don't know offhand what the total was, but I know it was under after 7. after 7.5. I mean, it was 3-2. Cardinals. Braves put up a 5-spot, Cardinals a 3-spot in the last full inning. Each team's last half inning, they combined for 8 runs. Rough night for underbettors in Atlanta. Cardinals fall to 1-10 on the road this year. New hour of Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo up next.